My name is Vincent, and this is my survival guide to Germany. So first, a couple of things that we're going to go over is what to bring, some important cultural differences, and making a friend. So first, what to bring. I suggest for the plane rides that you remember to dress comfortably and keep something warm handy. They usually put a blanket and a pillow in your seat, but these aren't very warm. So I like to keep something like a hoodie in my backpack that I can reach in and put on if I need to. I also like to have a book and some snacks in case I can't sleep very well, but usually the plane will have movies and TV shows as well, so remember to bring your headphones. Speaking about electronics, one thing that you'll notice is that your American chargers won't fit into the German plugs. So it's very important to have some converters with you so that you can charge your devices. These are relatively cheap and you can find them in most airports, or you can order them on Amazon. Another important thing to remember is to check the voltage on anything you plug in for the first time. This might be for something like a hairdryer. You really don't want to explode anything and have to buy a new one. For clothes, despite it being summer, German summers are very different compared to Texas. So I would prepare for the 70s and 80s with lows reaching down into the 50s. You really wouldn't want to pack for something and that not be the case. So now moving on to some important differences. First, I would recommend that you stock up during the week because many stores and restaurants across Europe are generally closed on Sundays. I know I've definitely had a couple hungry nights because I forgot to go ahead and stock up or buy something in advance. Speaking about meals in European countries typically take a lot longer. They don't just sit down and eat. They're definitely more leisurely. It's a time commitment. Drinks don't usually come with refills or ice, and tipping is not considered as normal, though it is becoming more normal. It's not as much of a requirement as it is in America. Sometimes it can be seen as like you having pity on them. But usually if you really want to tip, if it was really exceptional service, I would round up to the nearest 5 or 10. Emergency numbers. The main two emergency numbers are 112 for fire and medical and 110 for police. Another thing to consider is that we've become very accustomed to AC in the US, but this is not as much the case in the EU. It's not very widely available, so you can't really just run inside and seek shelter from the heat. That's not as much of an option. So on to the third and final point, to make a friend. So making a friend during your time in Germany or during your time abroad anywhere can prove to be an extremely valuable experience. Germans specifically are typically more reserved than the average American, but they are just as friendly when you get to know them. They can really help you practice your language skills, inform you about a certain cultural norm, and show you around the area. I know when I started to make German friends, it really helped me just sharpen up my German in a way that nothing else could. You can't really learn that from a textbook. And they just taught me about all kinds of things about German life and German culture that I've really come to appreciate. And so learning to make and maintain cross-cultural friendships is a great life skill to have. It's a great thing that you would want to take back with you and take wherever else you go. So my final point is to take a chance. Try to enjoy your time that you're spending abroad. Always know your limits, of course, but take a chance to try something new and different. You really never know when you'll have this opportunity again. In my personal experience, there are a couple things that I really wish I would have tried, and a couple things that I'm definitely glad that I tried. So take a chance while you have the opportunity to, so that you don't regret when you come back to the States. Thanks for listening, and have a good trip.